on, thank you.
Okay. We have minutes from the regular March 6th meeting.
Well, they looked accurate to me. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. John?
Yes.
TJ?
Yes.
Mike? Yes. Please. Okay, scheduled reports. Chief Phillips.
Okay, I'll start off with pancake breakfast. I'd like to thank everybody who came to support of us. Thanks for coming. I think everybody had a good time. It was a good breakfast. We served 314 the first Sunday and 393 the second Sunday. 707 altogether. It was a good turnout.
Yeah. I'm surprised there was that. It didn't seem like there was that many the first week. That's quite a bit.
Yeah, they're pretty steady there for a while. Seems like the church crowd really hit us pretty good.
Good.
The second thing is our signs out front in the fire department. We've been talking about it for the last 2 years about replacing them with electronic signs. We're forging ahead. We've received several proposals on it and researching where we should go with the proposals now. Probably have a report for you next week.
Okay. And I'll confirm, guys, we had talked about a year and a half ago on this. And what we want to do is that we would split the cost with the fire department on the sign. So I want to make sure we're still on board with that.
I'm on board with that.
One thing we were talking about, Chief, again, this is all done from a computer inside the building. Did we say we could get access off Nancy's also?
No.
Is that too far?
Yep.
Distance
But
wise?
I might be able to get her access to us remotely.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, it's best to have the primary at the fire station because you guys have 24/7 access to it. So if there's anything that really has to be done in the course of if any emergency notifications after hours, it's best that you be primary.
Well, not only will I have access to it, but there will be others. So if we need to get something changed, we can.
Okay.
I think it'll be a good addition to the station.
And again, everything we've looked at is using we're having signs made to fit the existing pillars.
Oh, that's
Everything's out there.
Yeah.
So these will just replace the old sign into those. And we looked at a few different options and they were, both looked really good. I mean, we'll come up with the final options.
I think tomorrow night at a board of directors meeting, we'll probably hammer it out.
Okay, so I'll meet with them tomorrow night. We'll probably get a final on that.
I think a lot of people use that sign for information.
Yeah, it's time.
And the ones that are there are ready to fall down. They're pretty rusted out.
Well, we did a couple of repairs to them a few years back and milked it, I think, as far as we can.
I think we got our money out of them.
Yeah. How long has that sign been up? The old one?
Jason, I don't remember, when did Jack build those pillars?
Well, the signs were up maybe
Before
2 or 3
that.
years, at least 4 or 5 years before that. So he graduated in 98, so that would have been like 97,
I'm thinking 96.
96. Yeah, he had to do it before he was, yeah, it had to be like 96. He built the pillars, and then the sign had to be up a couple years before that.
We've certainly got our use out of the signs.
Yeah.
Also, a while back I reported that we were looking into replacing our structure engine. We're currently reviewing proposals to replace our 19-year-old 1998 structure engine. We have narrowed it down to possible 2 vendors that we're looking at right now. Usually you replace an engine 19 to 20 years, so it's right in that time frame, but also last year it developed a frame crack, which we had to have repaired, which they welded and plated and made safe again, but it's paid its dues. It's time to replace it. So we're looking at ordering one this year. Probably take us about 8 to 12 months to get a new one. So that's in the process.
And we've been setting aside money for that purchase, so there is some money set aside for that.
Between the fire department and the township, I believe we've got enough to accomplish that purchase. And last but not least is I have a requisition for our heating and cooling. service. Yearly contract is $2,500. They come out twice a year to service all our heating and cooling equipment. A lot of people don't realize, but we've got 16 heating pieces of equipment in that fire station, which is a lot to maintain.
Mandatory.
So $2,500 for that, and it's the same price as we've had the last 2 years. One bay heater needed to be repaired, that was $297.50, so requisitions for $2797.50. That is it for me.
Okay, Chief. Thank you. Trustee reports.
You want first?
Hmm?
Me?
Mr. Everly.
Oh, I thought you were gonna call on me. Little update on, excuse me, I met with the architect, Mr. Dixon, and Hummel Construction on the Adam Hall project. We are in the process of defining costs. And one of the things that was brought up at the meeting, and I think it has a lot of merit, and it's something that actually Jim Dixon threw into this pot, in that PJ had mentioned that we needed to widen the driveway. Well, there's really not a lot of room to widen the driveway, but Jim Dixon had a great idea. He said, to solve this problem, put another driveway in, farther east.
At the far end, yeah.
And now, the exiting traffic can go out on the east driveway, where they have a lot more site clearance to the cars going east up that hill. And then the in drive would be the existing drive.
It's
Now,
really only a big deal on election days. I
it's a
think.
big deal, though.
But it is a big deal on election days, yeah.
And I think if we could get people then to understand, you would eliminate a pretty, it is narrow. If there's two cars in there, it's narrow. The guy who's turning to go west, he's got to get going and go quick, because that hill they're moving up that
Either
hill.
way involves a curb cut.
Right.
Either way, you do it, yeah.
And when you look at the existing curb cut, it's not a very good one. It's about this high. And that adds to the problem. So that's what we thought we would look at in this preliminary look at things. But I wanted to run this by you guys, but I think it's a huge step in increasing the safety of getting in and out of this building.
Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense.
So,
And then you just cone it off with ingress egress for election day. I'm sure there's a way to make that work.
yeah, I think we
Yeah.
could do some signage or
Yeah,
something.
put some cones and
it's
whatnot.
gonna be a little rough this first time through, as people have been going there for years and then aren't gonna be used to such, if we do this, it won't be used to such a thing.
Yeah.
But I think it would be something to look at, And then I'm looking, you're looking down the road a bunch of years as well for something like that. It should enhance the safety of getting them out of here.
Well, if we ever look at, just an example, start bringing in moving the museum, whatever.
I
you're
brought
gonna
that
need
up to
kind of-
them, exactly, so we would want to consider that. So anyway, it's on the table for consideration. We have, one of the aspects of the project, we have we're in experimental right now, but we've solved the water problem. And our total investment in that's about $125. So that's something that I'm very excited about. And so right now, hopefully at the next trustees meeting, we can talk about some preliminary costs on various aspects, and we'll break down each of the aspects, and then we can start to hack over, well, I really want this, I don't want this.
Right.
The other thing is that we need to do a letter of intent to Hummel, and that it's gonna take about 3 weeks, maybe 4, to get an AIA contract through the prosecutors and everything to him. And they would be very pleased to get started on some of the things, and this would be primarily the floor issues. because we do want to get the floor issue hammered out right away.
Jack, I worked with Nancy on that.
Okay.
And we've got a draft here that you guys can take a look at. Just,
Okay.
let me know if that's adequate for
Okay.
them. But I'm assuming all the trustees would want to sign off on that.
Yes, right, absolutely. So that's the Adam Hall kind of update. The other thing is, just a little brief report from the road department. In the last storm, we had a little bit, Emmerich had a little bit of a trying time. We had a truck go down and 2 drivers with the flu. And I have to tell you, you did a marvelous job. The 3 guys, they still had our streets cleared, and they were black within less than 4 hours. And I told Emmerich, boy, he was tired, but they really put an effort in, and I appreciated it. And I told them, I think the board appreciates that, the effort that they put in there, that basically 3 guys plowed the whole time.
I don't think they want to do that on a full-time basis.
No, absolutely not, but they did a heck of a job for us. They didn't let us down. They once again proved worthy of the 18th. So those are the issues that I had.
Okay. Mr. Kavanaugh.
Had that meeting with Heather Elmer with Watershed Partners regarding our grant for the playground. They reworked some of the in-kind contribution that we're obligated to do, because since we bought the additional equipment, we no longer have to keep track of our hours up there or any of that stuff, since our in-kind basically is the additional equipment.
Right.
Rather than the work. So a lot of times these projects are figured down to the cent and manpower hours that are spent there, and since we're kind of
Since we're working off a fixed,
since we kind of chose to finish out the project here this year, rather than let it go on for years, that's our in-kind. So that's going to expedite things a little bit. We put in a closing date of June 30th, which I think we're going to be okay with that. Can't imagine we won't be, since already got the equipment chosen and the quotes. And there's a requisition here, it's already been down through, that you gotta buy a sign. That's mandatory, that this is partly funded by NatureWorks. So that's part of the deal. And what was the other one we had with her too?
do they have a specific sign that they give us?
Yeah,
the
they do.
information?
It's like $100. It was $98 or
That's something
something.
they really nailed down for you.
Yeah, you've seen them. You've seen them before. Anybody that gets funding through this has to
PJ,
follow
do we
it.
get reimbursed by ODNR or by?
That's what I'm getting to. Since we got a closeout date on it of 6/30, that's when this entire grant process will be closed out.
Okay.
So that's the latest possible that we'll get our money. Now, I think maybe with Play World, we ought to figure out our in-kind if they want, money down to get this project started.
No, I think they just need a purchase order from us.
Okay, well, whatever they need to get started, and that's our closeout.
Worst
date.
case, would we have enough money to pay the entire thing ourselves?
Yeah,
and get reimbursement?
You can, lots of times they don't want to do these as a reimbursement.
Okay.
So, but the latest possible, if this is closed out in May,
Mhm.
Well, if you remember last week, you can't start till June 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
So we should be right
It should
on.
take a week. Fred, can you, when you write the purchase order,
Well, we are,
put
yeah,
beginning
I
date?
drafted a purchase order, so we've got that for the full amount for the Play World.
But include the June 1st start
28,000,
date?
yeah, includes what we're getting from ODNR.
okay.
And then if we get the money back, then we can just close out the purchase order and
Okay, do we want
balance.
to move on the revised quote from Play World?
Sure.
They tweaked that, and 26,452 was the final?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay,
And they're handling the installation.
right,
I make that motion.
okay. I'll second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Everything else I have is actually further on down the agenda, so I'll just
Well, you
do
want
it
to
then.
just go with them on the, just go on with your thing, and we'll, if they're on the agenda, we'll take them up. We'll check it out.
Fertilizing and chemical weed control at pretty close to 12 acres at the park. Mike Ludwig and I sat up here and we picked over this quote from the previous the outfit that's been doing this for the last several years, and you broke it down, you noticed that not only is there an increase in acreage, of course we knew that was coming, there's also a per acre increase of pretty close to 12%. There's a second quote here for a very similar service. I'm going to mention Mike Ludwig again because before he started with us, he was with a landscaping company, and he's pretty knowledgeable on all this stuff and the chemicals and the makeup of what's going on here. It's very similar. It ends up with about a half a pound of actual nitrogen less per acre. We have been putting on 4.5 pounds the acre annually, separated through 5 separate applications. This will end up with 4 pounds over 6 applications. Negligible, really, as long as the weed control stuff is all there. Okay, so after doing some math on that, the old quote was for approximately $703 an acre, and the new quote is about $255 an acre. So that seems pretty clear to me for a similar
Savings over $5,000.
process, yeah. So, if there's no other comments at this point, I'm gonna make a motion to go with JFD Landscaping for the, which one? The agenda one here.
For $3,060.
Yeah, for, well, they got it under the heading of property maintenance. It's for the fertilization and weed control at the 12 acres of the park, yeah.
Okay, second?
John,
Yes.
TJ,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
do we need to sign the agreement?
Let's just keep going down the list there for JFD.
Okay. They have been doing our lawn mowing for a few years now, actually. And that's, I guess that would actually be called more like property maintenance.
Here's the actual contract, you want to just go through each.
And these are all exactly the same as last year, too. Except, of course, the additional acreage. Administration Building, Town Hall, Fire Station, Maple Shade Cemetery, Shadyside Cemetery, the Museum, Adam Hall, and the volleyball courts. $15,730.95.
15,000 what?
$15,730.95. And I'll make a motion that we accept that.
Second.
John,
Yes.
TJ,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Okay, at the park, mowing of lawn areas on a weekly basis to maintain a height of 2.5 to 3 inches. String trimming all fence lines, buildings, etc. Service begins approximately in the middle of April 2017, contingent upon weather, continues to the end of October. That is a seasonal cost of $5,092.50, and I'm going to make a motion to go with that.
Second.
Yeah, I just want to make one comment on that. We've been doing that previously, and this is a significant cost savings over trying to do it ourselves.
Absolutely. We can't cut that for that price. No way.
John,
Yes.
TJ,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
And Service Department, got mowing of lawn areas on a weekly basis for the same 2.5, 3 inches, string trim the fence line, $2,695 and 0 cents.
And I'll make a motion to go with that.
Second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
So that-
Done the park fertilization.
And that's done. Now we got some flower beds and whatnot. 20, okay, I probably better read some of this. Agreement is at 7 properties. We're gonna do pre-emergent herbicide, soil preparation, weed control throughout the season, deep edging in the beds in the spring, mulch, fall cleanup, 93 sun patients prior to Memorial Day at each specified location. Colors will be pink, white, and magenta. 20 in the planters out here, 13 in Memorial Bell bed at Maple Shade, 5 at the entrance sign, 20 in the beds at Adam Hall, 5 at the Auburn Museum entrance sign, 5 at the Service Department entrance sign, 20 at Shady Side by the flag poles, and up by the parade grounds there, and 5 at the entrance sign. And that total is $3,974.61. Same as 2016, but they added a new bed at the service garage. So I'll make a motion to accept that.
Second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
And at the fire station, working the planting beds there. Does not include planting flowers. They're gonna do a pre-emerge soil prep, weed control through the season, deep edge the beds, mulch the beds, and fall cleanup on beds, $425.09. Motion to accept that.
Second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Okay, that's all your new business.
Okay, they killed new business, so you wanna go with your report, Fred?
I have really nothing to report. I put your regular reports in front of you, except for the fact that the appropriation report and the revenue report I could not print out because we're out of
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
ink in the big copier. But you do have your fund summary report and your payment listing report for warrants 3660 through 3706 totaling $45,401.13.
Need a second signature on here, or?
My thought is we just go ahead and write a purchase order for all of it.
Yeah.
PJ?
PJ.
Second signature, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Probably this one signed too, I guess. Oh, no, wait, this is, no, we're not going to that.
Okay, here's, all right, Fred, we're gonna have you redo this
That's fine.
letter of intent. So how about if I like read it now, and we'll make a motion, we'll vote to do it, and then when you get it retyped,
Sure,
we'll
yeah.
sign it, okay? This is a letter of intent to work with Hummel Construction on the project known as the Adam Hall improvements. Okay, at our meeting on March 6, 2017, Auburn Township Board of Trustees unanimously voted to proceed with improvements to township property known as Adam Hall, with Hummel Construction as the design-build contractor, with a preliminary budget of $250,000. And I'm going to make a motion that we enter into this agreement. How's that?
Good. I'll second. And then we'll get this redone,
Yeah, you gotta
we'll
read
sign
it.
it and send them the letter.
You stayed at a Holiday Inn one time.
I did.
John,
Yes.
PJ?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. that it, Fred?
That's all that I have.
Okay. All right, since you guys did such an exemplary job of killing the new business, we'll go on to old business. We took care of the Playworld Mid-States. JFD landscaping quotes for Auburn Park, front entrance sign and bed. And then we had the trail kiosk bed. Now, the, David Kavanaugh has his Eagle Scout project of building the kiosk. Did his project include the landscaping around the kiosk?
It rarely have the kids done that. That's-
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did
Now,
their...
he's 18 in August. This is gonna be a summer construction. He's got lumber quotes, $500. And he's got an art major drawing up his trail map, so, and he's got a drawing of the actual kiosk, which is essentially what Newberry has up there at their trailhead up there, so. He's underway, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Okay. Then do we wanna, was this quote for just the bed here for the kiosk?
It's a sign too.
Okay, so what we need to do is get JFD to rebid for just the bed for the kiosk.
Yeah. And I can get him up here with his drawing with the, he's got a,
Yeah, if you wanna,
he's
you
got,
wanna
he's
get
got a
William-
drafting of the actual sign.
Okay, so yeah, if you can get that over to them, then they can redo that bid. Okay. Front entrance sign and bed. We left off on that and get separate issues. One is, I think we agree that because of its proximity to the road and looking at getting something done that's probably more of a polymer base that'll survive Munn Road, that we'd like to have that done, not as an Eagle Scout project, but to go ahead and have that project done by JFD.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent on it, with the scouts have done so much good stuff over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with
We were
that.
discussing a 25-year-old project tonight that, so, that's where my heart is, I gotta say.
Yeah, I mean, I agree too, but I think it's a safety factor because of the proximity to the street. Yeah, and like I said, just something that's gonna be that close. Me personally, I just feel better with this particular portion of the project being done.
Did they have power to it there? With a light, I wonder? I don't
I
remember.
don't think they ever ran power to that.
The Everly sign up there, did that have, they had power behind it?
At the station?
Yeah, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we ran power up to it, but it doesn't down at the park entrance.
Does this JFD sign, does that include power? Like where you could uplight it a little bit?
I don't think the sign, the picture of the sign doesn't seem like it would be a lit sign. You'd have to put like spotlights on it or something like that.
Is that something you want to do?
Park's closed at dusk, so.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, we could always go with some type of solar lighting.
Just a thought, just a thought.
So, but we could do that if we had to. Anyway, I'm gonna make a motion to go ahead with the front entrance sign and bed for JFD for $13,156.02.
I'll second.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes. Okay. Proposed zoning amendment update schedule. The,
I got a little bit on that. Planning Commission postponed their meeting last Tuesday, snowstorm.
well, they continued the meeting because the
So,
county was closed down.
right, and our commissions,
They have-
they have to have that.
They had the meeting, so they continued it.
Yeah.
So that.
You guys, you meet tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Commission is set up for, I think it's Thursday, maybe Wednesday. They reschedule
Right.
Thursday, 23rd. Yeah. So that's
So they'll do a
gotta be part of the public hearing is the planning commission's recommendation, so that's where that is.
Okay. And then we have ZC 2016-01, the noise regulation, public hearing will have continuance. That will be here on 5/15, 17 at 6:30 PM. We still have scheduled to do the testing. Okay. And bicentennial celebration kickoffs on April 23rd at 2017 at Kenston High School Art Fair at 1 p.m. We'll have a reenactment of the Geauga County Commissioners meeting held on Monday, March 17th, 1807, establishing Range 8, Township 6 as Auburn Township. Any other updates on bicentennial?
We have the star of the show will be,
Well, there you go.
there he is, right there.
Bill Dan Bradley.
Bill Dan Bradley. And as you can see, Matt is thoroughly into character there. He's gonna be Bill Dan Bradley at the reenactment. We're gonna have a rehearsal here shortly. Chuck Hess has been doing all this, and he's got it all under control. We forwarded a bunch of Auburn information over to him. We only have 15 minutes for this in the entire show, so can't get too in-depth with anything because
Somehow we need a part of that, a picture to go onto the plates. Yeah. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe on the back.
Well, I'm lobbying for a statue.
statue.
Up at Adam Hall, a statue of him is built up.
I can picture that in brass,
Mhm.
double size.
So that's that. Let's see, beyond that, we're gathering numbers on the fall party. Patty was here the other day with, we're gonna try to theme ask her to theme up the 4th of July parade a little bit with happy birthday or bicentennial and things like that. And having seen what some other townships are doing, we're gonna do something with, when we have our concert in the park series that they are moving around there. We'll have in ours, I think it's the 27th up at Adam Hall. And we're gonna do like an ice cream truck or something up there with a bicentennial thing. And it'll just be a constant thing with the build towards the September party, so.
Oh, one other issue, there's something to bring up. Just a question. Fred, for zoning commission members, when we have the public hearings here, have we traditionally paid them as a meeting?
No.
So, no time in the past have they,
No.
okay.
I mean, and you mean as in the board's public hearings, when we have a public hearing?
No, when we ask them to come up,
We ask them to come
To our
present
public
for a
hearing.
public
Yeah,
hearing.
that's what I'm saying.
because we haven't seen that many of them.
No,
But
There's not that many of
Yeah.
them, but,
We do not pay them for that, no.
yeah, because, well, that's the question that was proposed is that a paid meeting? And,
we used to set it up for maximum 24.
well, maximum 24 meetings, anything above 24 meetings would require trustee approval. So it would require our approval for
I guess
these,
if we're asking them to come, that would imply approval, right?
I would say that, yeah.
Now, of course, we haven't seen that many amendments, but,
Well, I mean, we're talking pennies in the overall scheme of things. But since we've got a few hearings coming up, I'd like to make a motion that zoning commission members, that we allow the extra hours for them to attend.
Will it be classified as a meeting?
Because they don't get paid on a
Right.
hourly basis.
You get a stipend, so it'd be a meeting, call a meeting.
Right,
Yeah, this would be called a
As
meeting,
long
so it'd be
as
the
they-
stipend for the meeting, which is $40.
as long as they track it.
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
gonna track
They, no, they have to
it.
track it, they have to give it the deed, he has to put that into their hours.
Okay. Is there a second?
Yeah, I'll second that.
John,
Yes.
PJ,
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay. All right, public comment. Okay, based on that, I will make a motion to adjourn.
Nothing, Diane?
Second. Wait. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Mike?
Yes.
All right. 8:07.
We were talking about the seniors